Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in, this is Robert Devane, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 370. Would you rather spend your time improving or being entertained?
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
Would you rather spend your time improving or being entertained? No, it's not really a trick question. It's fairly straightforward. I presume listening to this episode and listening to this type of a podcast, which is designed for maximizing the success in all of our lives, I presume you answered that saying you'd rather spend your time improving as opposed to being entertained. But is it actually true? It's very important to audit your own life on paper or just in your mind or meditation or whichever way you want to do it, or just to have a think while you're driving. And it's very important to analyze your routines, to audit your routines, because life changes and routines suddenly creep in or creep out, or bad habits, or things change, you know, and we start doing things without analyzing them or without thinking about them, and maybe they're not good routines. Maybe we are actually wasting time. And if you're trying to maximize your achievement, if you're trying to maximize your goals, if you're ambitious, if you want to do stuff, get stuff, experience stuff, be stuff, then you need to constantly be looking at how it is you're spending your time and not doing what the majority of other people are doing, or you will get the same results as everybody else. So more than likely, listening to self-help material and self-development material, you don't want to have what everybody else has. You are prepared to work smarter and harder. Smarter than everybody else, and certainly harder than everybody else. I'm sure you've heard work smart, not hard, but you know, that's a fallacy. Work smart and work super hard to maximize your results. So are you actually spending your time improving, or are you spending your time being entertained? It's impossible to kind of do this podcast episode without mentioning COVID. Like you, I don't like to be reminded of COVID, but it is important. Has your pre-COVID and post-COVID routines, are they the same? We all said during COVID that we were going to come out the other side and improve every area of our lives. We realized what it was that was important. We realized the changes we wanted to make. We realized the mistakes we were making, because we had plenty of time for reflection. And I reckon 99% of people have adopted exactly the same routines, exactly the same habits. That's why they're habits. Habits are so hard to break. You have to consciously cultivate your habits in order to create a successful environment for your mind and your body and your goals. The things that you got to look at when it comes to, are you spending your time improving or being entertained? The things that you have to look at: eating. Are you spending your time eating to improve your body or to entertain your body, to disimprove your body? Sleeping, exercising, working, reading, listening, and watching. So basically anything you spend your time doing, are you making the right choices? Modern life is designed to distract us. We've talked about this many times before. All social media algorithms are designed to grab your attention and to keep it as long as possible. And you know what? It works. It does its job. People can't filter anymore for themselves. They can't display a bit of discipline and decide not to listen, not to watch. It's very hard. It's very difficult for everybody. These algorithms and social media, and media in general, and just life in general, any kind of a distraction, it is designed, and so acutely and intelligently designed to absolutely hook us in through biology, as well as through our senses, through appealing to our dopamine. All of these things are against us. It's very important to look at your focus, your distraction, and all of these things. Is very important to audit them. You reap what you sow. So that's an old saying that's relevant more now than ever. So in other words, what you put out there will come back. If you're not putting stuff out, if you're a consumer, just a full-time consumer, and you're not producing anything, it's going to be less likely that opportunities or anything comes your way. So you can imagine you're just sitting at home, doing nothing, existing every day. The phone's going to not be ringing too much. You're not going to get many letters of opportunity. You're not going to be getting many emails of opportunity. The more you do, the more you produce, the harder you work, the more likely it is that opportunities will come your way. In other words, your phone will ring more. You'll get more messages. You'll get more emails. You'll get more letters. You'll have more opportunities, which is ultimately what you want. Yeah, you don't have to go with every opportunity. Wouldn't that be a nice position to be in? Opportunities come your way so frequently that you can pick and choose what it is that you want to do. You can pick the best one. Wouldn't that be absolutely brilliant? Imagine a super famous, successful actor getting, 10 scripts. Brilliant. All brilliant scripts for a potential movie. All high-paying movies, with all absolutely brilliant opportunities, and being able to go through the 10 scripts and being able to pick out the very best one. Imagine that was your life in whatever career or whatever goal you have for yourself. Imagine you had that level of opportunity and that level of momentum. So cultivate it for yourself. I'm not saying that downtime to relax or to recharge or to switch off or simply to enjoy isn't productive, because that is productive. But the amount that we're doing, the amount of time we're spending being entertained and not improving ourselves. So back to each one of those: eating, sleeping, exercising, working, reading, listening, watching. In all of those areas, everything that you're watching, is it designed just to entertain you, or is it designed? I went for the easiest one there. I went for the lowest hanging fruit, watching. Yes, Netflix. Look, I like Netflix. We all like Netflix. We all like movies. We all like cinema. We all like whatever media you're watching, whatever medium form of television or otherwise, whatever it is, your eyeballs and your brain are connected to on a regular basis. Is it improving or is it entertaining you? More than likely, 80% of what you're watching is pure entertainment and is not actually improving it. All you have to do is just just be conscious of decisions. Mindfulness is one of those things that, even though the term is being commercialized and maybe as a concept it's being missold, mindfulness is literally just being conscious of the decisions that you're making. I am going to watch this now. Will I get just as much entertainment watching a documentary that's going to motivate you within the field, within the subject matter that you're involved with? But you can still watch the movies. As I said, downtime to relax, to recharge, or to switch off, or simply, to enjoy, is productive. We're not saying it's not, but it's just, do you need several hours in the day to do that? And if you do every day on a consistent basis, then I'm saying your life isn't in balance. If you want to achieve more, if you want to do more, if you want to stay ahead of yourself. Listening, what are you listening to? Is it entertaining or is it improving? Make a better decision, make a better choice, be conscious, be mindful of what you're listening to. Be mindful of what you're reading. Are you not reading at all? Reading good quality educational. Now, educational doesn't have to be like academia and your what you hated in school. It could be the subject that you're interested in. What are you reading? When you're working, are you constantly being distracted, allowing yourself to be distracted, or not even aware that you're being distracted, or are you making yourself more valuable every day? Nobody's secure. No job is secure. If you're not evolving, the jobs for life is a thing of the past. It doesn't exist, rightfully or wrongly. It doesn't exist anymore. You could have a great high paying job, feel very secure, set up a family based on that security, get a mortgage, get car loans, and bang, something happens. As a restructuring, something happens. The industry has changed. If you haven't adapted, if you haven't developed other skills, if you haven't made yourself more valuable, if you've gotten stuck in a routine and lacked focus, and you are entertaining yourself and avoiding the natural evolution, then you're going to be in a more vulnerable position. So working, exercising, that's another thing. When you're exercising, are you doing it for a reason? Are you tracking? Are you logging? Whatever is measured, it's easier to manage. So keep an eye on that when you're doing your whatever exercising program, whatever sport you're involved in. Sleeping. Are you trying to create an environment where your sleep is actually improving? You're not waking up tired. And eating as well. Are you entertaining yourself with your food? Sure, of course you are. We're all guilty of it, especially in the winter. So have a look at it now. Now's the time. That's the call up. We're on February now. We're a few days into it, depending on when you're listening to this episode. February is the new January. Again, I love January because it's a fresh start. But you know what? The January just gone wasn't an easy January for many reasons. Stuff that's happening globally, stuff that's happening regionally, the weather, your own body, your own mind, fighting with yourself, trying to get back into the routine. It's always like January is like a dry run. It was like a practice session. Hopefully you've got a little bit of momentum for January. Whether you have or not, treat February as the new January. Whatever month you're listening to, if it's later in the year, if you have to treat that month as the new January, then do it. Don't wait for the next January to start. Conditions are never perfect. You have to build gradually as you go along. Look at the routine, audit your life, look at your Monday to Sunday. We all have the same hours in the day. We all have the same days in the week. It is the choices that you make. This is what's so hard. It's choices on a minute by minute, hour by hour basis, every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade, every century if you're lucky. That adds up over time. And that's the bit that wears people down. The path to success requires immense consistency, immense focus. And that is why the majority of people cannot do the work over a long period of time that is required on a consistent basis to achieve what it is that they want to achieve. They're not prepared to pay the price. When you get tired, so on an hour to hour basis, you're trying to make good choices to improve and not to be entertained. And yes, you might be tired, which affects things. You might be hormonal. You might be hungry. You might be hangry. You might be sad. You might be demotivated. You might be upset. All of these emotions and all of these conditions make us, I guess, make us choose the wrong things. So it's a constant battle. The fear of regret should be stronger, should be a driver for you too, because regretting things is an awful pain. That if you think about it, if you think about having the regret in the future, it may help you prevent that regret, and it may help you in the moment make better decisions. Constantly remind yourself of what it is you want to do. Be motivated by what it is you want to do. Be energized by what it is that you want to do, and then simply go after it and make as consistent. We're all human beings. We all make plenty of mistakes. We all make bad decisions on a regular basis. Try to make more good decisions than bad decisions. That's your objective on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. And I would love to hear how your routines are coming along this month. I know you didn't get all your goals achieved last month. Sure, how could you? It was only January. You've got 12 months to do it this year. But hopefully build on a little bit of momentum. Small changes will make big results over a long period of time. Hopefully that has given you a little bit of motivation. Make sure you tune in to the next episode. Thank you for listening. I'm Robert Devane, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.